We're going to be making a drawing, and I just want you to know it's always okay just to use junk mail, the back side of a piece of paper.
So, what to draw? We're going to draw 8 different kinds of lines, and we'll do them together. The first line should look like mountains, big, pointy mountains that go from one side of your paper to the other. Next, we're going to draw smooth waves. So we'll start on the left side and gently move across. Our third line is going to be a loop-de-loop, kind of like being on a roller coaster, upside down and upside down. Try different loops. The next line is a dashed line. Now I'm going to make my line look a little bit like the top of a castle wall. I just keep making sharp turns all the way across. They look kind of like squares. Now draw a line that looks like lightning, like crash, boom, all the way across. Let's draw a line that shows how we might feel when we go outside for recess. I don't know about you, but it's fun to run outside and get to see our friends and play on the swings. It's great. And now this last line, you get to make it up yourself. What are you going to do? I had no idea what I was going to do before I started drawing it. And sometimes it just works that way. Things just come right out of the bottom of the crayon, and that's what you do. Now I'm going to get my crayons, and I'm going to start coloring the spaces between my lines. It doesn't matter if you have 8 crayons or you have 24. There are always ways to make your colors look different. You could even layer them on top of each other if you wanted to. I've noticed how much some of you like rainbows, and we have been kind of doing those Roy G. Biv fun exercises at the beginning of class. So I'm going to start thinking about a rainbow, and I'm starting with the lightest color, yellow. I could scribble across it, but it's not going to end up looking nice or looking like my best work. So I'm going to take my time to kind of go over any white spaces I have so that my coloring looks good. If I'm following the rainbow, the next color would be orange. So I will begin to fill in the underside of these mountains with some orange color. Are you choosing different colors? That's okay with me. It's more fun if our artwork looks different. If you want to do the same thing, that's okay too. So I'm kind of hugging those purple lines that I drew so that my coloring stays right in that space. And if I'm going faster than you are, just pause the video and catch up. I chose this color because it said red-orange. That makes me think that maybe it's between orange and red. And since I'm trying for a rainbow on this project, I thought this might work. My hand gets a little tired, so every once in a while I like to shake it out. If your hand gets tired, you can squeeze it, you can shake it, or maybe you can just not press so hard with your crayon. I'm leaving all of the loops in my loop-de-loops empty. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but I like having the opportunity to leave them there for a surprise later on. I'm looking for that red crayon. There it is. Do you notice how when I'm coloring, I take some pretty short little strokes with my crayon? I don't try to move my hand over the whole paper at one time. Again, if this is going fast, you can pause the video. I just was noticing how close together the red and the red-orange are. They almost look like the same color. I'm trying a red-violet now. Definitely looks purple. I'll tell you a secret. Red-violet is the crayon that I have left over in the classroom the most. If you came into my room and counted up my crayons, there would be a lot of red-violet crayons. It's kind of a pretty color. Now I'll use the purple or the violet crayon. Let's see how close together these colors look. They look pretty close. Can you tell the difference? My hand is feeling a little tired, so I'm not pressing very hard with my crayon. But I am liking how much my color is changing slowly. Oh, yuck, that's messy. I want to go back in and be more careful. I like how my color is changing slowly from yellow, way over on the left, through all the oranges and the reds. Now I'm in the purples. Wow, it's kind of challenging to get down through all the points of these lightning squiggles that I drew. But again, I'm just taking little strokes with my crayon. Looks like I have a little bit at the beginning to catch up on. What color would come after purple? Looks like blue. So now, whoa, I'm going to be underneath the lightning and above my wild recess line. So I'm going to take my time, going to make sure that I get up into all of these little points. And again, you see my crayon is moving back and forth in really short little strokes. I took care of one side of my line first. Oh, all these squiggles. I think the way I left the loop-de-loops white in the middle, I might do that with my excited about recess line too. And don't forget, you made these lines. So if you need to change anything about them while you're coloring, it's okay because this is your art. You get to be in control of how it looks. I have done the left side underneath the lightning bolt. I've done the right side up against the recess line. And now I just have this little strip in the middle to fill in. Did you see me flex my hand a moment ago? My hand's getting tired. If you need a break, press pause and wiggle your hand a little bit. What comes after blue? Wow, there are lots of greens to choose from in a 24 pack. I have a regular green, a yellow green, and a green yellow. Oh my goodness. I think I'll choose the regular green. How's it looking? It's not looking so bad. You know, if your hand gets tired, one of the things that you're doing is you're building up your stamina to draw and color. It's a lot like someone who's doing PE practices a lot so that running and jumping isn't so tiring. The same thing is true for the muscles in your hand. You're giving them a workout. Mrs. L would be impressed. Just getting into the center part of that. There are a lot of nooks and crannies in that recess line. I sure was excited about recess when I drew that. And finally, I think this green-yellow is kind of interesting. We'll put it on the other end and we'll see how much like yellow it looks. I'm pretty excited to be almost done with my coloring. Whoosh! All right. I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to see what happens when I put those two colors together. Oh, they are awfully close. You could tape your drawing and make a tube out of it like a sculpture. I'm going back in and I'm looking at those little white spaces, and I've had dogs on the brain lately, so I think I'm going to turn one of these loops into a dog. I think I'd like to try that again. I'll try that in the empty loop next to the dog. I'm looking around. Oh, I got distracted. And I'm down here at the bottom and I'm realizing that blue and orange are opposite colors. And so I'm going in and I'm filling in some of these colors with their opposites so that they look really fun together. Notice how these little bubbles are on the green side, and if you're in the second grade, we've been learning that green and red are opposites. So it's kind of fun to color in any bubbles that are next to the green with their opposite color. And do you see how I'm leaving a little white space there? That's a highlight, and I think some of you have been interested in learning how to make those. Just leave a little white space up at the top. So let's see, my dog is up there looking a little lonely. I think I'll grab this gray crayon and maybe make a little cat. You can always go back into your artwork and make changes. And I think, oh, that's right. I'm remembering that blue and orange are opposites, so I'm coloring in those other loops with blue right next to the orange. Makes it exciting. And there's my project. I hope you had fun working with me. Take a picture of what you made and send it to me. Bye.